See, the problem with getting older, AKA assistant, AKA hot wife. Here, see if we're live. Hopefully we're live. If we're
To say hi if they're there.
all right, say hi if you're watching right now. I don't even know if I have my comments turned on. Let's see.
I did. I turned it on.
You did. All right. Somebody say hello to me if I'm live. Okay. Yo. Thanks for saying yo. Mike from Mark. What's up? All right. We're going to attempt to do some live fishing for you guys today. Out on the lake. It's fall. Doesn't feel like fall, but it is fall. And we're going to attempt to do some fall fishing. Thanks, Beck.
Yeah.
You're the best. All right. By the way, this is probably my first YouTube live that I've attempted to do successfully. So if it cuts in and out, let me get out to a little better area of the lake where there's some good reception. But I'm looking forward to fishing with you guys today. Joshua, hi. And hopefully catch a few fish and teach you something here or there. By the way, I'm out in the Hobie kayak today. There it goes, the Hobie. And we're actually recording this as well for a YouTube video. So you get to be part of the live and part of the YouTube video, which is kind of cool. So let's see if we can do this. Let me give you the scenario today. It is fall. It's early November. Look at all the leaves. See all the leaves falling and turning. So it is definitely fall, but it does not a real cell tower out here. I holding up a metal rod instead of the cell tower, but we're gonna keep going. Let me pedal out here. Let me show you what I'm doing real quick, by the way. Hobie, the great thing about the Hobie is it's pedal drive, okay? So we're pedaling out, we're taking our time. Let's see. ZWAVER wants to know, do I lube my reels up before I go out every time? I do not. I do not lube them up, but I do at the beginning and end of the season. So for me, reel maintenance is a lot like a car, and you definitely want to maintain your reels, and I do it early and late. Zachary wants to know if it's jerkbait season. Yes, Zachary, look at that. Yes, it is jerkbait season. You know, in a traditional fall water, I don't know what to expect today. This is a little bait by Rapala called a husky jerk. This is the small size. This is like the fiber thing. Black and gold. It's coming to us from wonderful Beaver Lake in Arkansas. I like Beaver Lake. You know why I like Beaver Lake? Beaver Lake has smallmouth, largemouth, and spotted bass. It has the triple threat, which is really cool. By the way, if you're just tuning in, we got about 30 so people watching. Please feel free to ask any questions you have today, because I'm just out here fishing. I'm going to try to catch a couple fish for you and hopefully teach you something. Mark says the Rapala Countdown 7 is one of his favorites. With you, I'll show you another one that gets slept on a lot. Right there. That's the original floater. That's the size 9, and it's in a G, gold. Don't sleep on that one either. A lot of the old Rapalas, the Husky Jerk, the original, the Countdown, they're really good. Newton Creek has Dunkin' Donut cups. That is correct. They do have Dunkin' Donut cups, along with juice jugs, condoms, a lot of stuff floating around there. But, you know, covers cover. So, you know how that goes. Yes, it's F9. That's correct. The F stands for floating. Okay, I'm going to put my hand in the water and give you a water temperature. You ready? Water temperature is about 65 degrees. 65-degree water temperature today. It's fall fishing, but I don't know what's going to happen. Here's what I got tied on. I'll give you the rundown of the baits I got tied on. I've got a lipless vibration. That's a rip and wrap. That's the small size, the 3/8 size tied on there. Okay. I also have, give me a second. I have the Husky Jerk tied on right there. I have a minnow tied on a jig head. We're going to talk a little bit about this later. This is a little secret deal. I call this one the magic minnow, but really it's a minnow bait rigged sideways, rigged flat on an ultralight jig head. Very unique presentation. We're going to talk about that. And then last but not least, it wouldn't be a day on the water if you didn't have one of these tied on. Soft stick bait. So got a little bit of everything tied on today. So yes, I saw a comment come through, lipless when it's cold. Yes, lipless when it's cold. All right, I'm going to play around with some mounting locations if I get this correct and see what works best. Okay, so gives you a little view here of what I'm doing. And as the day goes on a little bit, I'll change the camera angle around so you can get a look at what I'm looking at. But try to see if we can get a couple bites. I have no idea, man. With this heat wave, I'm not real sure what we're going to be doing today, but let's see. Let's see. I want to start off with the soft stick bait and see what happens. Switch to landscape. Okay, hold on. The phone is gone with the first Ike hook set. That's probably correct. Switch to landscape? I don't know. Have no idea how to do that. Let me see if I can figure that out. I need a service tech. Let's see. All right, it's not under that one. All right, let's see. Let's just keep trying this for a second. See what happens. Very untechnical here, guys. Not technical at all. But I do know how to fish a little bit. So, all right, let's see what happens. Oh, turn it sideways. Is that all it means? Well, why the hell didn't you just say turn it sideways? Why'd you have to be like landscape? Turn it sideways. All right, I'll turn it sideways. Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. All right. I don't know how to do it. Just tell me orientation is locked. All right, it's gonna stay like this, guys. Sorry, it's gonna stay like this for a little bit. Sorry about that. Let me try to catch one. We'll see what happens. I don't even know, they probably might not even bite today. Probably one of those days where the weather's great and the fishing stinks. But maybe not. Maybe they'll bite like crazy today. I don't know. Looks pretty good. Got a little bit of wind out here in the main lake, which might be good. Right now I'm kind of calm. Calm cove where I'm at, which I don't actually love that too much, but uh-oh. Got a bluegill bite. That was a quick bite. Yeah. There you go. There's the first one of the day. Oh yeah. What do I got here? Small fish. What the heck? Oh, look at that. Huh. How about that? Now that's not something you see every day. Got me a yellow perch on a soft stick bait. Now, you know that's a good yellow perch if he's biting a soft stick bait, right? Let's see. Do a little simple math here. It's a 5-inch stick bait. We're gonna call that perch 12 inches. That is dinner for a lot of people. That is a yellow perch. Great fish. A lot of times in the fall, these fish show back up. They show back up. You know, in the summer, a lot of times these fish go up the creeks. They look for cooler water. They go real deep. But when the water cools off in the fall, they get shallow again. So first fish of the day, I took like 2 casts, is a yellow perch. So we're gonna keep fishing. We also have a chain pickerel in this lake. We have a largemouth bass, a few smallmouth bass. We have bluegill, sunfish. We have crappie in this lake. We also have catfish and carp. So number 1, yellow perch. Gotta kiss it, Jimmy Houston style. All right, put this away for a second. Let's put this right away. All right. Ike is put the fish closer. It'll look like 10 pounds. You're right. I didn't do that. All right. Let me start getting a little tricky with you guys here. Try to give you some real information instead of me just catching fish here. All right. This is a secret little bait, guys. I call it the magic minnow, but people call it sideways rigging a minnow bait, a minnow style bait. So I'm going to show you the bait, show you how I'm doing it, and all that stuff. All right, first things first, the jig head. We're going to use a much lighter jig head than you would normally use. We want to use a 32nd of an ounce, a 64th of an ounce, or a 16th of an ounce. Ultra light jig heads, okay? Ultra light jig heads. The next thing we're going to do is get a minnow bait, and I'm going to show you my preferred minnow bait. Let me turn this thing a little bit here, and give you a look at. I'm going to give you a look at some of the minnow baits that I throw on this rig. We've got the Max Scent Flat Nose Minnow. I love that one. That's the one I have on there now. You could also use, show you a different one. You could also use the Power Bait Minnow. It's the Power Minnow. It's a 4-inch. Regardless of which one you use, here's the key to this rigging technique, okay? Here it goes. When we take that out of the pack, you know, minnow baits have a top and a bottom, and normally that's how you rig them. But in this technique, we're gonna rig the minnow so it's flat. So we're gonna lay the minnow sideways. We wanna rig it on that little ball head sideways, okay? So rig it on. I like to see if it's kind of try to get it straight and thread it up. Now the flat side is facing down, okay? And we're gonna really fish this bait with our rod tip high, and we're gonna use little twitches the whole time, just little twitches. Occasionally throw a pause into it, but a lot of rod movement. Let me make a cast and I'll show you what I'm doing here. Let me get back out to the main drag here a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna make a cast. Can you see those little twitches that I'm making? Just real little twitches with my rod tip. All right, let's get a new minnow. That one's a little beat up. Okay, Max Scent. This is the flat nose minnow. I want to rig it sideways, so flat side down. Thread it around that ball head. Rod high, little twitches the whole time, just little twitches. See if I can back up so you can see that rod tip. Small twitches the entire time, small twitches. Okay? This is a great bait because you can cover a lot of water, and it sinks real slow. On a 16th ounce jig head, it sinks super slow. So little twitches, I pause every once in a while. Little twitches, pause, little twitches. Here's one, good one. What we got? That looks like a big crappie. I got a big crappie. Oh my gosh, look at the size of this crappie. Holy, ah! Come off, hold on. That was a big crappie. And that's a good example of the bite. I don't know if you saw that, but I was twitching, twitch, 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 twitch. And I paused it. And when I paused it, one ate it right away. That was like my second cast, so that's a good sign. Little twitches, long pause, and that bait, because the flat side is down, it's riding real horizontal. And as you twitch it, that tail is this the whole time, okay? Long cast, rod up, little twitches, pause, little twitches, pause, little twitches, pause. Man, that was a big crappie. Hopefully I get another one. I wanted to show you guys that. It was a big crappie, giant crappie. Oh, little bite. That felt like a bluegill or something. They are definitely biting today, guys. This warm weather has these fish feeding for sure. And I'm in a section of the lake where it's like a shallow flat. And I think when it warms up, a lot of times these fish will push up onto the flat, you know? Abnormally warm day here. Abnormally warm. Wow, that was a nice fish. Man, I wish I would have caught that. I tried pulling it over the gunnel there and it come right off. Let's see. That'll be great footage on the video of me losing the giant crappie. And then I actually tried to go in for it, but I didn't want to deep six the whole kayak, you know what I mean? So let me spin around here a little bit. Okay. That was a nice bite. Bait's great too because even though it's on an exposed jig head, I have just a little tiny fiber guard on it, and I can really fish it through a lot of cover. I can't fish it like, you know, in the middle of a tree, but I can definitely finesse it around some of this other stuff here. So let's see. Trying to get back to this one little area here where I had those couple bites, just to see. There's like a little depression that runs through the flat right here. And both those bites I had were in this little depression. So that was kind of cool. So let's see. This technique is just, those little rod twitches are the most key thing you could do with this technique. And I like that pause too. A lot of the bites, I would say half of the bites will come as that bait pauses. Shaking, and you pause it, it just kind of glides for a second. A lot of bites come on that pause. So, it's crazy. Very quick. Struggling a little now. Thought it might be like easy, but it's never easy when you're making a live video. It's like the fish know, you know what I mean? Might try to put you guys behind me and see if that's on this other mount over here and see if that works better. I don't know. Might give you a better view of what I'm fishing here. There's a good one. Oh boy. That's a big one. I don't know what that is. Feels big. Big pickerel, big pickerel. Big pickerel, guys. Let me see if I can get this one in and not flub it. Yeah, big pickerel, guys, big chain pickerel. Look at that. That minnow is so awesome. It just has such a unique action and movement to it. Matthew, hi. Hi, Matthew. Hi, Matthew, I'm a chain pickerel. I got big teeth. That's a nice one. Probably about a 21 inch pickerel, chain pickerel. Beautiful fish. Look at the colors on that, guys. Sergio from Spain. Hi, how you doing? Okay, look at that thing. Beautiful chain pickerel. And it smells good too. Somebody's asking about the banjo minnow. I haven't fished a banjo minnow, but it's an infomercial lure. Okay, we're gonna let this thing go. All right. So we had a perch, a crappie, and a pickerel so far. Didn't land the crappie. Give you another look at that. That's a magic minnow, AKA sideways rigged minnow, flat side down. How far is the bait running underwater? That comes from Mark. Mark, the great thing about this bait is it sinks, right? It sinks. And because it sinks, you can control the depth. I have a 16th ounce head on. That's sinking about a foot every second. So it's like a countdown lure. I can literally count it down. So right now I'm fishing 2 to 3 feet of water. So I'm hardly letting it sink, and I'm keeping my rod tip high, and I'm making those little twitches. But if you're in deep water, use a little heavier jig head, count it down to the depth you're fishing. That last question was, could I use a Berkley Max Scent flatworm? You could use a flatworm, absolutely. The thing I like about the minnow is the minnow has a thinner, broader body, and it seems like it undulates better in the water, okay? Let's take another cast. I'm getting blown here a little bit in a different area of the lake, but they're biting today, guys. This weather hasn't biting, so I'm gonna keep fishing, see if we can just get one out here. I'm sort of getting blown a little bit out to the more of the main lake. In just a second here, I'm actually gonna turn the camera around for you and let you get a look at what I'm looking at. We got all kinds of different mounts on this thing, so we'll see if we can give you a better mount. But 3 bites in the, let's see how long we've been on. 20 minutes, not too bad. Might make a couple more casts out here, and then I'm going to turn back over there. I feel like that area is pretty hot. Oh! That was another pickerel. He actually broke me off. I'm going to show you what happened here. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this. Another pickerel got me. Bit me right off. Look at that. You gotta love them pickerel. You know, they got a lot of teeth. So, since I have to retie anyway, I'll show you the knot that I'm using, and I'll talk a little bit about the line. Where are we fishing from GLR? We're fishing a little pond in southern New Jersey. This is a little, we call them mill ponds, but they're 50 to 100 acre little ponds. Maximum depth about 10 feet. Most of it's about 2 to 4 feet, so shallow water pond. The water clarity is stained. It's clear, but it has a little bit of tannic to it. Okay, there's a look at my jig head, 16th ounce jig head. I'm using 6-pound fluorocarbon leader. This is a Berkley fluorocarbon leader, a Berkley at 100% fluorocarbon. And I'm using 10-pound Berkley X5 braid. Braid to fluor leader, see that little knot right there? And I'm gonna use a improved clinch knot when I'm tying direct to fluorocarbon. I'm gonna go through the eye of the jig head. I'm gonna loop the line around itself 6 to 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go through the hole I created, like that. And then I'm gonna go back through the hole that my index finger is in. So I'm gonna turn it back through that. Hold on. Grab the line. I always wet it a little bit. And there's my jig head, okay? Do I have any issues with the lightweight braid from Keith? Keith, I don't have any issues with it. The 10-pound braid is really, really strong. Now, I know there's some anglers that use even lighter braid. They're using, 6-pound braid. I generally don't go lighter than 8, but the 10-pound braid, no problems at all. Okay, there's that minnow again. Remember, I'm not rigging it like you're supposed to rig it. I'm turning it flat, and I'm sideways rigging it. Just threading it on that jig head. It's all I'm doing. And that's what we end up with. All right? Back in action. Back in action after a break off. So remember, a lot of little twitches. Mike had good reception. We'll go back over here. Rod up. Little twitches. Rod up. Whew, windy today. Little bit of slime on there, getting near the bottom for sure. Try to get back to this other area over here where I won't lose you guys. No reception. Oh boy, it's had another pickerel swat at it. They are active today, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, they're active today. They are biting. Having a lot of bites. Whew. Being windy. That's the thing about the wind. The wind is good in this clear water, but it makes it hard to fish. Kayak can be hard. Throwing a light bait, but this other side over here might be the deal. Yeah, it is tough in a kayak when it's blowing like this. This is the Outback, which is an awesome kayak, but it's light. I have this one set up to be my mobile kayak. I can do a lot of guardrail hopping and pond hopping with this one. So this is a great setup, but definitely tough. And of course, I don't have my power pole on today, so we'll have to just we'll have to make it work here. This side of the lake I'm going to is a little calmer, so we'll get over there. Maybe we have a little bit better presentation. Won't be as crazy. And I want to make this camera change in a second because I really want you to see a little more of what I'm looking at and fishing this bait with a lot of shakes. You can kind of see it there, but those little twitches of the rod, that's really the most important thing with this bait. A lot of little twitches. Even right here, I only moved about 100 yards and it's already a little calmer right here. So we should be able to present this bait a little easier now. There's, it was a bite. That felt like a bluegill, to be honest with you. I was just going to say there's remnant lily pads out here, like lily pads that are barely alive. They're still, because we've had this warm weather, as long as there's the stems up, doesn't mean the fish won't use them. In my experience, as long as you have a stem, a pad stem, fish will use them, and it's cover. It's a form of cover. So don't always ignore dying vegetation, The other thing is it does absorb heat, that vegetation, whether it's lily pads or milfoil or hydrilla or whatever it is, will also attract some heat, right? So, a lot of times in the fall, find an area that's a little warmer than the rest of the lake is a good thing. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving a little bit. All right. Let's see. Still mad about that crappie. That was a good crappie. Maybe a 2-pound crappie. I don't know. Hard to tell. Got a little, I see a little log out here. Isolated log. Let's see. Always a good place to try. Isolated cover. You know. I'm gonna take a couple more casts. I'm gonna switch this camera up for you so you can take a look at this. See what I'm dealing with here. I feel like they're further back on the flat. It feels like the further I get into the main lake, the less bites I'm getting. I really think this warm weather has pushed these fish up. I'm not kidding. Here's a good rule, man. At the end of the day, the fish, you know, really can tell you what's going on, you know? So, let's see. All right, I'm gonna get up to this bank a little bit, and I'm gonna turn this camera around so you can see what I'm looking at here. I was hoping to get one more bite, but I'm gonna turn this camera around here real quick. Get you turned around here. Unplug this. Give me 1 second here. Do one of these. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see how we're gonna do this. All right. I want you to take a look at what I'm looking at here. All right. Okay, how's that? That looks pretty good, guys. All right, I don't know if you can see it now. Make sure this thing doesn't fall in. All right. So you can see some of these scattered lily pads out here that I'm talking about. And 2 of my bites so far have come from those lily pads. So let's get back over there and see. I want you to look at my rod tip. Look at them little shakes. Watch. Little rapid shakes right there. Got another yellow perch. That's another big yellow perch right there. On that flat minnow. Sideways rigged minnow. It's a pretty nice perch. That thing. Okay. So can you see these pads, these isolated pads that I'm fishing back here? Real scattered pads. Hey. Oh. I got ambushed right there and missed it. That was way off the pad too. It wasn't even on the pad. Man, it's like Perch Central back here. Definitely could be eating dinner today. Aye. Well, we're definitely on to some perch here, guys. It's fun to get a lot of bites, I can tell you that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A little better. That's another pickerel. Another slimer. I mean, they're biting today, guys. Another good old chain pickerel. All right, that's all in that max scent bait. But any minnow bait will work. I like this one because that scent is pretty awesome too. Now I really do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah! Ah! Big one, big one. Ah! Okay. Ah! 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 Big pickerel right there. I mean, that thing ate it too. The thing's sideways in his mouth. If you can see that in there. Ah, man. Whew. That might need a pliers, that one's in there so good. I don't know. I think my minnow's gone after that, but. Okay. That thing. Look at them teeth. Big teeth, man. That's a nice chain pickerel. There goes my line again, I know. That's a nice one. All right, let me check the line. It's actually a good call. Let me check it. Yeah, it's got frayed. We have to retie real quick. Definitely. Definitely. Man, they're biting a lot of fish. This bait is killer. This bait is killer. It works all year long too. Summer, winter, fall, spring. It's that max scent. Flat nose minnow. Sideways. Light jig head, 1/16 of an ounce. A lot of times I'll use a 32nd of an ounce if I'm in deeper. Okay. Oh, this is a big, 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 big. Be a bass. Ah, it's a bass! Ah! No, it's not a bass. No, it's a pickerel. I thought it was a bass. He like 8 feet out of the water. It was a bass. Ah, yeah. I gotta get it. Ah! Things. Talk about slime rockets. Holy heck. Check my line. Line's okay that time. I mean, they're biting, guys. They are biting. I mean biting. Wow. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm throwing this thing up in like a foot of water and they're still biting it. A bad cast. I think every fish in the lake right now is eating. Yeah. Oh man, I mean, I just got tortured. Wow. Crazy. Another bite. They're biting good, guys. They're biting good. I mean, smoked. I think that was a perch. Hit it so hard. Not get it like that. real small. Nipped it. Ah. Leaf. Huh. A little slow. That cast was shitty. That cast was shitty too. Well, golly. I mean, dogged it. Last couple felt like a little. Can't get their lips around it. bites. I think they're all small. Get a hook in any of them. Really nice submerged grass right here. Just under the surface. Furious. There you go. All right, guys, we're gonna end it with this nice white crappie. Now he's under me. He's under me. So, I'm gonna end it with this nice white crappie. Thank you for watching. This was a nice experiment, doing a live here on the water, using these lives in the shop. If you have questions or comments, leave them on this video. Shoot me a message through my YouTube, Mike Iaconelli Fishing. We're going to be doing some shops. So we're really going to answer a lot of questions. So later, you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Trying to build a channel where we can really share.